Now, we've been learning how to analyze the arguments, how to put them into a standard form, and now what we're spending time is trying to figure out what characteristics an argument has that makes it a good argument, or alternatively, what characteristics does the argument have that makes it a bad argument, not a good argument. So far we considered 3 examples of good arguments. Now I'd like to have you look at another 3 to illustrate what problem we're going to run into. And the question I want you to think about is, why are these arguments not good, that is, bad arguments? First one being, all politicians are dishonest. 2, Abraham Lincoln was a politician, therefore Abraham Lincoln was dishonest. For the second argument, all professional basketball players are tall. Kobe is a professional basketball player, therefore Kobe is tall. And then the final one, which I think is another bad one, although maybe some of you are going to think at the end of the semester that you're hoping that this works. And I should just digress saying that I had a student my first semester teaching at Kingsborough who was always looking to bribe me, but I did explain to him that I do accept bribes, and I make the same offer to you, but they have to be really, really, really big bribes. I mean, to cheat like this, it's going to have to be in the million, at least in the millions, maybe the tens of millions. Okay, but look at these 3 arguments. Unlike the last 3, they look a lot like the last 3, but there's just something that makes these bad arguments. What is it that you guys think makes these a bad argument? Well, if you stopped, wrote something down, great, but look at it. All politicians are dishonest. That correct? No, but you might say it looks like that conclusion does follow from the premises. And we can say similar things about all 3 of these examples. Especially the third one. All students who got an A in the course bribed the professor. Stephen got an A in the course, therefore Stephen bribed the professor. Well, we'll take a closer look at these and trying to figure out what it is, because notice these look a lot like the last set. That is, the relationship between the premises and the conclusions looks very similar, but there's something else wrong with it. So why don't you guys try to think about it and write it down, and when you're done, start up the next video, because we're going to go into some detail about this.